fuck. I'm knackered. I am knackered. I've just finished recording the very last Tupac reaction, which is his last interview. And I thought that was fitting. I'm going to release it at 1 minute to midnight, so it's still within Tupac's birthday. And again, this is UK time I'm talking about. And then that's the last reaction for the Tupac birthday special. I had 5 recorded originally that I'd done, pre this to be ready. And then today, I don't know what the hell it was. I suddenly had this thing where I wanted to do more. And I mean a lot more. And I have every 20 minutes I've had, every spare moment that I've had, I've ensured I've jumped in and recorded, or been editing, or putting community stuff up. And I was doing it all on the run. I was watching your comments, commenting, replying as I was editing, as I was recording, as I was doing 1,000 other things. And it was well fucking worth it. It was amazing, and I just felt good after doing it when I was reading your comments and just the amount of love from doing it. And I just thought, yeah, that's the least I can do for the fact that Tupac's changed my whole fucking way of being. I've learned so many things from not just Tupac, but from the community. And that's why today was really important to prove that fact, that this is the #1 reaction channel, by the way, for Tupac Shakur. Don't get that confused. But equally, that I have been learning, and I do respect it, and I will continue to respect it. So I just wanted to say thanks. I start this video pretty quickly. It was just tiredness, where I didn't think about anything else. So I wanted to make sure there was a proper outro for this. So 2 things that I want to share. One, I've been looking at the facts that yourselves have been sharing. The ones I loved is Tupac buying Biggie Smalls' first Rolex, and another one was Tupac having an affair with Whitney Houston. That was an interesting one. But one of my favourite ones, and I just want to show you how ironic this is. So I've been wearing this t-shirt, my Star Wars one. You've seen it in the recordings I've been doing today. Star Wars is one of my favourite films ever. Yep, I'm a nerd. I fucking love it. Tupac was going to be in Star Wars. That was one of the greatest facts I've ever fucking read in my whole entire life. Just saying fate. Just saying fate. Final poem that I'm going to read before this starts and before the introduction kicks in, because it does just jump straight into it, so my apologies for that, but it's been a long fucking day. Tupac Shakur, The Rose That Grew From the Concrete. So the last poem that I'm going to be reading is The Rose That Grew From the Concrete. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete? Proving nature's laws wrong, it learned to walk without having feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from the concrete when no one else even cared.
A brainiac effects. Press rewind.
Welcome to Brainsqueezereactions, myself, Mark Hector. What are we reacting to now? Tupac. The final thing. Okay, to celebrate Tupac's life. Celebration of his life, not just his birthday. Tupac Shakur, the last interview. So let's jump into this. Haters, not today, man. Not now. Comment section is for love, it's not for hate. Haters, go fuck yourself.
Everybody in this rap world, all they talking about is money. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm the richest nigga in the game, because Fresh Prince, there's a lot of niggas with money. But I'm saying it's like, it's not the money that I'm bragging about. When people see me with the jewels, it's not that. It's for these, it's for these little niggas to see. You just see me in cuffs, shot up in a wheelchair with my head wrapped up. And you see me less than a fucking year later bailing through this motherfucking jewel down like Saka Zulu. Banging on niggas.
Tupac, ladies and gents, straight away, saying it's not about the money, the riches, the this, that, and the other. He's saying it's for the little ones. Seeing him in a wheelchair after being shot and beat and whatever the hell's going on, and now just bowling with the money and everything. That's Tupac right there to celebrate his life.
I got this whole shit shook up. Everybody talking about this West Side shit, right? People like Ice Cube started. I was in jail when Ice Cube was out. No, that wasn't no problem. The day I got out of jail, it was a motherfucking problem. to be where the fuck you was from. The day I stepped out, that's power. I want these little niggas to see that. I didn't get that power from guns because there's no guns in jail. I got that power from books and from thinking and by strategizing. That's what I want little niggas to see. And that just for a year, niggas think, you know, you've been in the game so long, but it took all that shit didn't matter because the rape, it veto all that. As soon as they charge you rape, even if you ain't do it, it veto your career. I started from scratch with Death Row, a new company. I was independent when I was Tupac. Me Against the World, I just bought my old managers out. I had it all now. I re-signed to be a part of this. For my own, for this to make my own shit bigger. And now I got Machiavelli Records. And Machiavelli is the first artist on that. And
see, this is the bit that gets me. And all these people saying that, why are you attacking P Diddy? Blah 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 blah. Or Cream Puff, man. Because of things like this, it's about money. It's about money and what he was doing. Even I can hear the hunger in his fucking voice like no other. And I have reacted to a lot of fucking interviews, a lot of discussions, talking and everything else in between. I can hear him here saying that he, with a rape charge that he had, put him to the bottom of the fucking pile. And now look where he is. He was signed to Death Row. He made his own name, rebuilt himself from scratch to where he is now. I mean, that's incredible. Built himself to where he is now, and it's the Machiavelli bit here where he's saying that he's got his own record label and that thing is gonna have power, and it did even when he passed, but it's just in this moment. It's fucking mad. Someone's listening to that and will know that they're fucked because everyone will want to be on Machiavelli Records. I don't care whether you're East Coast, West Coast, he was bringing them together. And what would happen in that moment? That moment is they will all want to be part, and he would be sitting at the fucking tippy top.
Own shit bigger. And now I got Machiavelli Records. And Machiavelli is the first artist on that. And then One Nation is the second artist on that. And then I'm signing Greg Nice and Smooth to either me or Quest. I got another group at Quest, Ghetto Stars, that's Quest. Like an offshoot of the Outlaws. You know what I mean? I got New Jersey as part of the West Side now. You know what I mean? We just like war. We put our flag in Jersey. We ain't taking over Jersey. It's still East Coast. But it's just the West Side. There's now a West Side to New Jersey. Because West Side is not part of the map. I'm not no dumbass motherfucking, I don't bang for the color or the land. I bang for the principles and for the honor. I'm banging for the West Side. This is in my heart. This is how I feel, not West Side California. This is where I'm from. It's basic like that, but it's really deep, like West Side. You know what I mean? When I be throwing at the W, it ain't for California. I love California, but the W is for this the East Side, it's the West Side, it's the middle America, and we divided. And that's why I throw this up. We at war right now. W for war. You understand? And when we all get together, when the East Coast and the West Coast and the Middle America get together, we got power. Right. And that's when I won't throw it up no more. When we all
see, I get it. People, it gets frustrating, man, that people don't think that I'm listening. I don't think people understand how deep I take this, other than Brainiacs and a few people that really get it. I really am listening and educating and taking it on board. That's how I principally knew where this conversation was going. I knew what he's building a fucking empire, but it's the connections he's making. This is historical. This is Malcolm X stuff. This is Martin Luther changing principally everybody's way of thinking. And like he said, creating a war of power.
All together. They only see me doing like this. And that's when we closer to Armageddon. But we ain't there. We still all separate in tribes. So I know what tribe I'm in. I'm in the West Side. There's no way. I'm a soldier. I always be true to those been true to them. And New York shouldn't be tripping. They should be loving this because they the ones that gave me the game to do this. In addition to this, because it's West Coast rappers too that don't do that. Right. What made me raw is that I'm West. I got both. I'm the future of Black America. When we manifest the best of the West Side and the best of the East Side, and we bring that together, you know what I mean? When East Coast G's have sex with West Coast G's, these G's being women, and they have kids, that's gonna be the new breed. You know what I mean? When you start breeding this culture with this gangbang shit, right. That's the new breed.
That united ghetto.
Right. To get out. But right now we stuck, and the only thing we can do is start little by little.
I know you talked to Ray article where he said that this was not just you weren't a recording artist. You were like a, you know what I'm saying, theatrical type shit.
He said I was acting.
Yeah.
This is what I don't like, is that my mother told me this. When Malcolm was alive, writers used to do shit like that.
Right.
And then when he died, that same nigga will be talking about, he interviewed me, and he'll be writing a book about my life, and it'll be the whole and I just don't like that. Support me. If you don't understand me, don't write about me. I don't ask black niggas to jock me. I'm just saying, be honest. You know, you doing something I can't do, and I'm doing something you can't do. I respect you, respect me. You know.
He's like a fucking philosopher. You can sit and listen to him like a study. Everything he's saying, I have to keep stopping and talking about it because it's blowing my fucking mind. He's talking about people. He knows people, and I've got this thing. I'm just fucking looking in his eyes, not fucking romantically, or maybe. But what I'm saying is that it's this whole piece that he recognizes these people that to your face they're this, but the minute you pass, they're gonna say, "Oh, I did this, I did that, I interviewed, I did that," and it's exactly what's taking place now. Everyone talking about him who potentially didn't help him when he was alive.
No, there's no nigga out here like this. I don't have no insecurity about that, and no delusions. Ain't no nigga like Tupac putting it down. My weaknesses and my strengths. But everybody know my strengths definitely outweigh my weaknesses. As long as that, I'm a human being, like everybody else. And if I meet somebody perfect, then they can train me, and they can help me be perfect. But there ain't nobody out there perfect. So we'll all just get along with each other. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? I felt like that was wrong for him to do that because that shit, like I always was raised like there's certain times when you don't fuck with a nigga. When he's down, you don't kick a nigga. That's what I thought. You know what I mean? And all this really taught me about like this black people thing. I'm black, I believe in my people, but I believe in my people as it relates to my tribe. I don't believe in us overall, just imaginary niggas. Black people attack me. I mean, not all black people. That's why it's not a general statement. Like I don't like black people no more. It's not that. I love black people. I love my people. I am black. But I'm saying I don't look at it as general. Right now, I'm not racist anymore. I kill myself for racism. Right. You know what I mean? Somebody be mad. Like I went somewhere, somebody seen with a white girl. Pop! Can't believe it, but it's not. To me, it's like I'm a totally new human being. Before I was like that, and I was bitter, and that's why I was so evil towards black sisters when I went to jail. Cause I felt like I didn't sleep, I didn't fuck with them bitches to be down for y'all. And y'all put me in jail? Alright, well cool, but now I was wrong to have that kind of thought. Cause all black women don't owe me shit. And I don't owe them shit, you know what I mean? But to represent, you know what I mean? But to be me, you know what I mean? Procreate, have better seeds, make a better nation.
There's fucking more layers, man. So he's saying here that racism's gone in his mind. He's saying that there's some people that would see a white dude and just fucking blah, 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 and go off. He says, I'm not there now. I'm not there. Then he refers to black women, how he saw them, to how he sees them now. So all these traits that gave him those, what he's now seeing as weaker behaviors, and he's turning that round. I'm seeing people for people and worth and knowing people's worth and this, that, and the other. That's massive. And it's getting me thinking about how the fuck someone would look at that who still wants division. And you have someone there who's educated to start bringing racism away from the discussion. Fuck that. And now people are listening. Imagine if someone who normally wouldn't listen, who's white, who starts listening because of the dropping of racism and this tense fear around, you know, a different color, but Tupac just being that way that he is, totally removing that. Now you've got a new breed of people listening, and then going back and listening to his catalogue and everything else in between. Fuck, that's culture, man. That's creating a brand new culture where there's less division. You've only got to find a weak link. And there's plenty around when you look for them, innit, Cream Puff?
I possess his soul, his empathy. They know that I was the truest nigga involved with Biggie's success. I was the biggest help. I was the truest nigga. I don't write his rhymes, but he know how much he borrowed from me. He know how I used to stop my shows and let him touch the show. Let him blow up and do his whole show in the middle of my show. How I used to buy him shit and give him shit and never ask for it back. How I used to share. How I used to share my experiences in the game and my lessons and my rules and my knowledge on the game with him. You know what I mean? He owed me more. He owed me more than to turn his head and act like he didn't know niggas was about to blow my fucking head off. He knew. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then, if that's cool, if he disappeared, be a fucking mouse. Be a mouse. If you are a mouse, be a mouse. But for me to know, like, 3 weeks ago this happened, and then 3 weeks later your album's coming out, and you are fucking done in your album. But you don't know who shot me in your fucking hometown. This nigga's from your neighborhood, and I gotta find out by myself. And I don't even call myself a Don, just a capo from the west side. And I'm on the east side in jail, and I know who touched me, and I know everything that happened. That's power. And he didn't know, so he was faking. And I was mad about that. And then I'm out of jail, and I couldn't believe that everybody was treating Biggie like the biggest fucking star in the world. I couldn't believe that people was buying into the player image. And I wanted to bring back that reality. You know what I mean? Just like nobody can never be confused and think I'm fucking Mike Tyson and I'm a heavyweight champion. I'm a little nigga. That's why it's so raw to watch me just battle lions, because I'm a little skinny nigga battling niggas 3 times my size. But Biggie is not a player. He's never been. He's never had bitches until he got some fucking money. That's a trick. That's not a player. It's not a popper. So my point was to prove him wrong. I took everything that he glamorized and I personified it.
Right.
He glamorized Versace. I didn't call Versace. Versace called me to come to his show and gave me a gang of free clothes and please wear my shit. Please do some shit for me. Can you wear my shit? You are the image of Versace. I swear to God, you are. That body, that's Versace. I swear to God, Armani, you are so handsome. You are, please, let me, you know what I mean? From him, Dolce & Gabbana, man, I ain't rapping at they show. Valentino giving me suits, gangster suits. Everything he glamorized, I personified. Everything he wanted.
Everything he glamorized, I personified. He's tearing into Biggie now. He's tearing, and it's starting to give me time. It's like, I don't listen to Biggie. His flow's decent from the songs I can remember. I remember The Weaker the Strong, You Got It Going On, The Dead with Eminem. But I only really remember Eminem's verse. There's 7 different levels of that one. Yeah, I bet you thought I was going to drop it there. It really wasn't. But what he was saying there was talking about how he noticed how fake Biggie was. You know, being able to recognize that. But it's not just the fact that he went, yeah, he's fake. Because I get a lot of people saying, you need to react to Biggie. I'm hearing or reading what he says that people aren't seeing. Like, Biggie was this, Biggie was that, blah, blah, blah. You've got to do that. And now I'm like, I don't think I want to. Because am I going to listen to that now with the new era? I'm like, he's faking all this. Tupac saw through this shit. The ready to die, the wearing the suits, this, that, and the other, trying to be something, the big papa that he was referring to. He said, you ain't a player. You was only having women when you had money. Oh, I'm glad I did this one today. This is going to be a long one. I'll be ready for that.
Want to have, I got jewelry. Look, come on, man. I got more jewels than Slick Rick. Slick Rick love the nigga to fucking death, but I'm definitely doing it.
Yeah.
I personify every image that niggas fake. Right. I really bring it to them because I looked up to these niggas.
Right.
So everything they talking about, I really got into it, studied it, and tried to perfect it.
Right.
So I know if you pretending, and I know it. The same thing they love about me, they gotta admire, and you know, but they forgot. Biggie forgot that same shit that made him want to kick it with me. It's the same shit that's whooping his ass right now.
Right.
And that's why when he talks, you can hear it in his interviews. He wanna say, I wish I could take this shit back, but he can't. He already committed himself to lying. So now the only thing he can do is act like he don't know what the fuck is going on and listen to it. Think. People have to think. If your best, if this was happening for real, would this be your reaction?
Right.
Unless you was guilty. And all that shit about my homeboys telling me, you know, don't sweat that. You know, he's dissing me, but all my friends telling me not to. Oh, so you're following now? So you a follower now? Why didn't your homeboys tell you not to make rhymes when you shooting pregnant babies in the stomach? You know what I mean? That's why niggas was like, why'd you say that at the end of your record? You was like, they kids won't grow, boom, boom. Honestly, I didn't write none of that shit down. I didn't write nothing. I just was blowing up on the studio to keep me from really killing these niggas. And that's what came out. But I don't have no mercy in war. They didn't have no mercy. They kids, they tried to shoot my fucking balls off. What about my kids? They was like, why you talking about him being the sickle cell? They tried to make me a paraplegic. What the fuck is going on here?
His voice there, he's saying, oh, how dare you start talking about the sickle cell and the shooting pregnant. But he said, you tried shooting my balls off. He said you tried making me a paraplegic, and you're having a go at me for saying about your sickle cells. Dude's got a point. That's why his whole voice just fucking went up.
Why is that sacred? You know what I mean? That's not sacred in war. I was in Rikers giving these niggas love, Mobb Deep. The guard knew him. I was like, tell them niggas I love them niggas. To tell my shorty, yo, them niggas is down, man. When they did that, they proved that they was really just little niggas. Just little niggas that want to be heard. I used to be a little nigga. I know where they at. I know they can't touch me. That's why I can destroy them so fast. Soon, nobody will be, they not gonna believe this shit. I said it in the beginning that I was gonna take these niggas out the game, and sure enough, I will. Already people can't look at Biggie and not laugh. I took every piece of his power.
I heard that shit.
All I want to do is take them to where I was when they didn't want to support me. And there will be no support. And anybody that try to help them, I will destroy. Whether it's whoever it is, I will destroy. And that's what I'm doing. Everybody that try to side with him or do a record with him or try to unify with him, I'm going to destroy. I swear to God.
Ah, Pac, man. Okay, so it's amazing. It's fucking incredible. But you gotta remember what I study for a living is people and emotions. His emotions is dictating his logic, and rightly so. And it was talking about obviously remembering. He's remembering quotes that are saying about the lines that he said and then what they were doing to him, and now it's bringing this out. And this is where his war side comes out. Competitive Pac comes out. I'm on the receiving end of someone listening to this again, and I'm thinking, Pac, you're too powerful. And even though you know you're powerful, brother, you know you're powerful, I still don't think you realized you were more powerful than what you thought. You knew you were top, but I don't think you realized you'd built this new fucking top where there's power and there's next level power. And by saying statements like that, it's the wrong ears listening. The wrong ears listening who don't want you to have that power, next level power. Those people that for example, that follow people around to see what everyone's up to make sure that their money isn't being taken. Notice behaviors like that? Rats. They're called fucking rats. And they follow and follow and follow and follow, and they just wait just to poison and poison and poison. And just imagine hearing this and then being like, fuck that shit. You are literally going to floor us. The bit that gets me the most, and especially because obviously we're celebrating his life, is thinking about what album could have come after Machiavelli. And I don't mean the remix ones and all these. I'm talking the ones where he's in this mindset and someone does say something or some things are happening. What the fuck he would have brought out. It would have made Machiavelli look tame.
Can't nobody touch me right now. Maybe next month all of this will be over, but this month I'm taking every moving target out because this is a very personal thing for me, and I feel like people should have gave me my respect. Y'all know I was not like this before. Right. I did not attack people. I was not on no East Coast, West Coast. Right. I was the major bridge between the East Coast and the West Coast. Niggas came, call me. I'll get you whatever you want. So this is very serious. It's like if America sent an ambassador to Iran and he get murdered, Iran got problems and Iran should know that. And that's what I feel about New York. They should know that. Separate yourself from this nigga. And that's what's going to show. And they already do it. I got niggas that judge.
So I got to rewind it. So I got a camera in my kid's room and he was just doing weird stuff. So I wasn't listening. I'm just going back to it now. But if you have kids, see, even on recordings, they jump in, man.
And there will be no support. And anybody that try to help them, I will destroy. Whether it's whoever it is, I will destroy. And that's what I'm doing. Everybody that try to side with him or do a record with him or try to unify with him, I'm going to destroy. I swear to God. Can't nobody touch me right now. Maybe next month all of this will be over. But this month, I'm taking every moving target out. Because this is a very personal thing for me, and I feel like people should have gave me my respect. Y'all know I was not like this before. Right. I did not attack people. I was not on no East Coast, West Coast. Right. I was the major bridge between the East Coast and the West Coast. Niggas came, call me. I'll get you whatever you want. So this is very serious. It's like if America sent an ambassador to Iran and he get murdered, Iran got problems and Iran should know that. Right. And that's what I feel about New York. They should know that. Separate yourself from this nigga. And that's what's going on.
And that's what's happening. He's saying that if people start murdering me, then there's gonna be problems. Fuck, Puck, you didn't know, bro.
Sure, and they already do it. I got niggas in jail. I got niggas out there, but it's like the media is pumping it like East Coast, West Coast.
Right.
So some of these niggas that's old and whose careers is through, you know what I mean? Like De La Soul, they can come out and talk that Renaissance shit and try to clean up hip hop. See, I'm all for positivity. I'm all for change. But I'm not for niggas masquerading.
Right.
You haven't sold no records, your shit ain't popping, don't come in here and start criticizing as your comeback. That's wrong. Y'all, you know how hard it is. You know how you felt when you didn't have no money and no record deal. Why you gonna try to destroy another nigga career? Don't do that. Represent by example. And if you truly had a better lifestyle, then you'll get 5 million sales. I'm not saying my lifestyle is the best. I'm saying this is the lifestyle most lived by the most motherfuckers out there. Or a variation of. No matter where you are. I'm not no gang, like on some killer nigga shit.
Right.
I'm on some survival shit. Whether you a girl and you got 3 kids, you trying to go to school and work and make it. That's Tupac. I came from a crack.
Just little moments like that where I'm listening to him like, yes, and he's talking about himself, like obviously who he is from a positive perspective. But then the way he defined that, when you're a single man with 3 kids still trying to go to school and make something of yourself, that's Tupac. Biggie wasn't talking like that. Nobody talks like that anymore. Give me one artist that talks like this. You'll give me your Kendricks, your J. Cole's. There isn't one that's talking like that. Even Eminem. I'm fully aware of how good Eminem is. I'm fully aware of that. I'm a massive Eminem fan and that will never change. But he is not a revolutionary to this degree. He's not a revolutionary that was changing cultures. He's just owning the hip-hop culture because of how good he is. This dude's changing people culture. Bigger than hip-hop. Worldwide he's talking about. He's talking about that as a behavior. Fuck, that's
nigga shit. I'm on some survival shit.
No.
Whether you a girl and you got 3 kids, you trying to go to school and work and make it. That's Tupac. I came from a crack mama, high school dropout, look at me now. Every time they throw an obstacle in front of me, I face it, let everybody know how it feels while I'm going through it, and then hurdle it, and let everybody see it. Every time it's come in front of me, I have an interview, tell everything that happened, do it, and overcome it.
Talk to me a little about like the process of like dealing with jail and shit. Like,
The first part was what first it made me humble. Not because niggas was scared. People took that Bob interview so wrong. I was not in no danger. It wasn't like niggas was screaming, I'm gonna kill you. I was walking around in fucking $200 sweatsuits in Rikers Island. You know what I mean? Living. Eating good, living good. Niggas was giving me love. Niggas sending me shit. Latin Kings giving me shit. Everybody giving me shit. Like, you represent, we got love for you. It was love. It was out of that love that I was like, yo, thug life is dead. I was like, while I'm in jail, this is going to jail with me. Nobody has the power. Nobody is like me to be able to represent this while I'm locked down. I thought I was going away for years. I couldn't let nobody represent that and I was seeing how many soldiers I had by coming to jail. I was like, oh no, this shit is, I gotta stop it. I gotta rethink it, because I didn't plan thug life. I just said it. It was how I felt. I said it and I lived it. Now I gotta take my life, see what I live, what I represent, and I gotta dictate what this is, and then let niggas be a part of it. So that's why I killed it and murdered it and choked it. And all them niggas that was rapping with me, I murdered and choked their career as far as being with me. Because if it was a thug life, it would have been some, you know, shit would have happened different. I wouldn't have got shot like that. So this thug life got destroyed. I came back out with my shit. And even then, I still had niggas on my team that I shouldn't have had on my team. I should have started all new with family. Now everybody on my team is family.
So while you was in jail, like what was the turnover? Where did it turn from being like, you know?
Just from niggas talking to me like hearing niggas in jail talking to me, like, you know, like thinking that they was like so surprised that I could be in jail, like not knowing like that everybody goes to jail. This shit is like the same thing that make you want to buy my shit is what made me in jail. You understand? It's like niggas like, nigga, you got a chance to woo, but I was like, I understand what they saying. They was like, they in the dope game and they taking every chance to make it. I'm in a rap game and I'm not taking the chances that I need to be here. I'm just acting like I could come back tomorrow. And that's what I thought. I thought because I was raw, that I thought because I had talent in my heart. I never thought I was necessarily the best rapper, the best nuts, and I think I'm the realest nigga out there. I do think that. I think I own that. If I could patent being real, I think I own that. Because I think being real.
If I can patent being real, I think I own that. I'm just... it's weird, isn't it? Because obviously I have to deal with comments of people that are like, Hector, this, that, and the other, and just, why the pause? Why the rewind? Why the pause? Why the rewind? Because of this. How could I miss a single fucking word that he's saying? And feel it and let it just fucking invest my brain like some fucking crazy dream. When you listen to shit like this, and you're like, brother, man, fuck. I mean, the interviewer sounds stoned, but the good news is at least he's letting Tupac talk. But I get that. I would just be sitting there like I am now, and I'm just looking at him, and I'm just like he's talking. I think even I would struggle with a question, but I don't think you need it. I think you just need to give him the voice to keep speaking, keep speaking, keep speaking. This dude was changing, is changing people. 36 years old, 20 years later from whenever this was. You know, we're talking that now. This dude was changing stuff massively.
Real is just being true. I'm the nigga that'll wear a suit when everybody else got on khaki. You know what I mean? I'll be bald-headed when everybody wear braids. I'll wear braids when they all bald-headed. You know what I mean? It's like, man, it's just being real. I don't have no insecurity. I do, but I take my insecurities and show everybody. You know, like my mom and my life, me being little, I just be harder. You know what I mean? Be fearless, and whatever happens, happens. And that's why I take these niggas' hearts. This nigga Biggie is 3 times bigger than me, and everybody's sympathizing with him. They acting like I'm bullying him. This nigga 3 times bigger than me, and I'm asking this nigga to have a fight. I never trust the TV to get my point across. And I feel like we need our confidence, self-esteem, and that's what I got now. My confidence and my self-esteem. People might be like, this nigga conceited or whatever, but I feel like I shine. And I don't give a fuck how much white people, the media, niggas, black people, player haters, police, whoever try to darken my shine, I'ma always shine through. They can lie about my words, they always gonna ring true. You know what I mean? Because it's my essence. It's in my essence. And that's what's gonna always come through. And I feel like that's true about me. Like now people be like, he's blaspheming. He's saying black Jesus as blasphemy. Or he's acting like he's elitist. He's like the Muslims. Or he's like a 5%er. It's nothing like that. It's only to get out. I feel like our future is our confidence and self-esteem. All this rape and gangbanging and killing and 30 niggas fucking one girl, they all come from a low self-esteem and no confidence. As soon as we get our confidence, because I don't think like that. I don't think, let me fuck 30 bitches. I don't even think like I want to be in a room when other niggas is fucking a bitch now. I don't think like that no more. And not because of jail, but because of my confidence is there, my self-esteem, my self-respect. You know, I don't need that. But in the ghetto, that's the type of shit that we're taught. It's like in the army, you taught to kill, so you kill. You know what I mean? We taught that. My older niggas, we taught that the only thing we good for is our sexuality. Now I use that to make money, but I enforce my strength, my mind strength. That's what's more important to me now than
fucking hell, fuck. Again, just his whole awareness piece from listening to him, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, he's so correct. Everything he's saying, and I'm not even black, so I don't even know how I'm going, yeah. And I'm nodding away like, fuck yeah. It's just the way he educates. This interview I wish was a lot longer.
Niggas see that this is not no accident. I plotted every single step from this to this. Right. You know what I mean? Everything is plotted.
It's ill that the next shit is called Killuminati, because that's really what the Illuminati's on.
That's why I put the K to it. Because I wanted, the niggas is telling me about this Illuminati shit while I'm in jail, right? Like, the dollars and all that. Right. That's another way to keep your self-esteem low. That's another way to keep you unconfident. Right. And I'm putting the K because I'm killing that Illuminati shit.
Oh, I get it.
These motherfuckers wanted to kill you. Why the fuck they gonna tell Farrakhan? Why they gonna tell the Nation of Islam? Why they gonna tell this nigga in jail about the plan? How did he know? Right. How did it leak to him? Who told him? Who told him? The Pope? Who? Because they like the Pope and the money. Oh, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. You so thinking about the money, you not getting the motherfucking money. Get the money, nigga. I don't give a fuck who face on there. As long as with my face put that money out, they accept it. And they do. Believe me, I tried it. I tried to see if it was like a white thing. Everywhere I go with money, they let me in. Everywhere I go with none, they don't let you in. Trust me.
That's their game.
That's all it is. It's all about money. When you got money, you got power. If we unify and keep people, I guarantee if people keep supporting me, just buying my records, just going to my concerts, just supporting me, I'm going to keep giving money. I'm going to keep, like Machiavelli, every time I go platinum, I'm putting money up for community centers. And that ain't even going to be out there.
Right, you ain't got to even
I'm
say
just
that.
doing it.
Right.
Every time it go platinum, somebody going to get a big check. That's real. Not for the nothing, but just for like, I really do love motherfuckers for giving me this power.
Right.
It's within me, but it's like being elected. You know what I mean? I feel like an elected official.
Right.
That's why I can't just be out.
You just usurped the position you got. You went through each of that shit. You know, like
I went through all the channels.
Yeah.
I paid my dues. I bought my agenda.
Right.
You know what I mean? And people voted for me.
Between you and Biggie, it was like who rules the nigga kingdom and shit, basically, you know what I'm saying? I was like, this is like a fucking election. It's an election.
It is
and
that.
shit, you know what I'm saying?
Me and Biggie's situation is smaller than that. Me and Biggie's situation is like some mob shit. Like they're the boss. When I was in jail, Bad Boy Puffy was the crown fucking Don. Even though Suge, as big as he was, and Snoop, at that point, they just with 2 million sales, they took the whole shit. Yeah. Because Suge had Snoop to worry about with the trial. He couldn't be out there. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Into Tupac, a young cat. I want to join the family, dog. Get me out. I want to join the family. Got me out. I'm out. I'm in the family. We make out. We went through some sacred shit, me and this nigga. Me and this nigga Suge. We was, every day I did my album, he was there every day. Every night we stayed up. We tossed it up together. We went out. We went to Mexico together. Went to Hawaii together. We went everywhere. You know what I mean? And thought about it. And to me, it's like it's like that gangster shit. Not like to glorify, but it's the politics of it.
Right. Like the
politics. Like
Godfather.
The only way for me to come back is to. There's no 2-man spot. It's only one spot over like what you call nigga kingdom. It's really like. It's more stronger than that. It's like once I hit you up with the words, you'll never think that again. It is the nigga kingdom on a basic level, but deeper than that, it's the power of black people. This is where our power lies.
That's what
as far as fashion, it's the young niggas. As far as the words, the slang, the movies, what's hot, it's the young niggas.
Yeah.
We control that. Not alone, but we like the main nigga. Right. You know what I mean? And he was that main nigga, and everybody tried to be like him, and everybody.
So he's got. I could listen to him for fucking ages. So fucking hell, 42 minutes. Just listening to how he knew what was going on. So he's saying with their 2 million sales, he's saying about Cream Puff and fucking Biggie owning it. Suge Knight had to deal with the Snoop Dogg situation. Then Tupac enters. And then suddenly he's with, and he's got a lot of respect for Suge Knight. He's got a lot of respect for him. You can tell that as he's talking about him, because obviously he took him into this position. But what's interesting here, we got bigger than that, like much bigger than that, much bigger. His thinking's better. His strategic awareness for this war and this whole awareness of culture, it's got better. This is pure leadership. Fuck, I gotta tell you what's going through my head. To when I'm listening to this, like I do a lot of training for leadership, and I talk around coaching of leading your own mindset and your own behaviors and how you push that forward. There's so much I can take from this. There's so many quotes. There's so many awareness pieces, development of how to change your mindset, the whole piece around racism, the whole what he's talking about as a kingdom here, but it's the mindset that he's talking about here, and it goes bigger than race, much bigger than race. Pac, man, what a way to end this. What a fucking way to end this.
Nobody was successful unless they came from his camp or they was down with him. And that's how my shit is. Now that I'm the boss, and if I'm not if I'm not a good person, then it won't last long. Somebody will be able to overthrow me. But I feel like my
flaws
in my shit,
Yeah.
But I feel like only way for that to happen is for a fan of me to do that. A fan of me. You know what I mean? Because I was a fan of KRS-One, LL, all them niggas rocking. That's why even if they came out dissing me, I could destroy them. I've mastered their styles. They could keep writing new shit, but I've mastered their styles, like the 5 Deadly Venoms.
Right.
They had the 5 Deadly Venoms, right? And the teacher made one more nigga that knew all their styles. So all he had to do was get next to a nigga like that, and he could destroy it. All I need is a nigga from New York. Get on track with him. I had the dopest East Coast shit in the fucking world. I mastered that shit. Cause East Coast niggas love real shit, like West Coast niggas love real shit.
Right.
Mastered that. All I gotta do is get deep into the drums, you know what I mean? And get deep into the science of the 5 boroughs, cause that's what that is.
Right.
But when you get to the science of the 5 boroughs, that's so small. I hate going to there. I hate going there. And I don't think that New York should let me go there.
Right.
I could give you a group that could go there. I'll rap on their shit. Let them go there. But the 5 boroughs is not how we gonna take over a nation.
Right.
How we gonna have a nation. And that's what I feel. I know the 5 boroughs inside, and I know the science. I know everything, the history, everything. You know what I mean? But I know the world history too, and that shit is small. It's
Right.
dope. It's like a cool ass hometown, but you gotta grow.
Right.
And that's what it's about.
The fact is, most of the motherfuckers living the West Side, or, you know what I'm saying, living that lifestyle.
That's the majority, and it's just like that. That's
What
what this is.
It's like 90%.
90%, and this is 10%. That's why I knew this. I knew this when I moved from New York.
Right.
That was my first lesson, was to know that I can't keep screaming I'm from New York. I'm from New York.
Right.
You can't do that.
You learned that lesson quick.
I learned it quick, because New York is where everybody come to. There is no New York. Niggas from New York is from the West Side. They're from down south. They all migrated to New York, had kids, and that's what happened. That's why New York has the most style, because it's like a gumbo pot of all these different niggas, like Southern niggas with shoes and niggas, you know what I mean? That's where the style comes from. But that's it. It's a little thing, and Biggie was the don of that. Now I took over his kingdom. Not took it over, but it's still niggas in New York bumping my shit. Ain't like my record ain't selling in New York. And without New York, I outsold it. You know what I mean? It's like a politician's race. If I lost New York, I won the other 49 states. And that makes me in control. Now I'm the new president for the next 4 years.
Right.
Crucial Conflict could go 5 times platinum, but nobody's gonna let them sign no bills.
Right.
You know what I mean? They can't make no hip hop laws.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like how we did it. How we make it. Like how I plan to make it. I plan to make it where niggas don't have to dress in Versace, but you don't have to dress in khakis neither.
Right.
My niggas, some of them niggas dress, you know what I mean, thugged out, some dress khakied out, and some dress like me. I'm 25, so I can't be khakied out. That any nigga you see out there khakied out, as old as he is, like, you know what I mean? I don't care if you put it out there or not, but I just don't like I dig Ice Cube. I looked up to him. But because I looked up to him and I studied his style, mastered his shit, I know what he's doing is wrong. His shit ain't selling, so now he's going on the war shit, and he's using us as the gas.
There we go. I was trying to get to where he's taking this with the kingdom. So he's referring to how he's grown. So he's grown. He's not wearing khakis. He's saying there's these olds out there that are still doing that. He said, I'm 25. I shouldn't be doing that. But what he's saying there is certain rappers and individuals that, because their way of thinking, it's not as mature as his. So what? To sell a record now is to attack, is to make a beef, is to attack him. And he's saying that you can't sell it, you can't write a song as good as me, is what he's saying there. You have to attack me to sell. You have to go at me. It's like the MGK effect. It's exactly what he did. He went on the, fuck, I just realized something. Oh, fuck me. The mentality of MGK. Who is he fucking owned by? He's owned by fucking Cream Puff. So all those behaviours, So all those behaviours that he showed was just another reflection of who the fuck who is owning him. Your behaviours are the influence of your leader. Your behaviours are because of the influence of your leader. Some of it's genetic, DNA, I believe in that. I believe in evolution, so some of that's going to have that. But you are a direct influence of your leader. You either are led a certain way of belief, so that you take whatever behaviours is and you model those behaviours, or you rebel. That's another thing. Tupac is rebellious. He's educating, definitely, but there's no way he's following every step that he's been given. He's finding a new map and a new way up. But the things with Cream Puff, he's creating these characters that just want to attack attack. They don't want to write their own shit. They don't want to like create. I'm trying to think of Can You Get Away? There you go, from Tupac. Just a track that's just fucking monumental until the end of time. They can't do it. They can't create that poetry, that Shakespeare type rap. The only way they'll get noticed is by insulting others. Game is another one. Look what Game's doing. He's using attack in his success, and it's the one thing. Come on. That's too much in my head. So Game is attacking people. Game is attacking people, but yet he'll say he respects Tupac. But yet he'll say that he'll follow Tupac to the very end. Snoop Dogg attacking people, but he says he's a fan of Tupac. Best mates with Tupac. Till we die with Tupac. But then you haven't listened to him, because he's saying that that's not how you do things. You don't attack. You should be good enough. You should master your craft. Fuck! Okay.
He just dropped some shit called Badass. And if you listen to it, you can see he hit him up and was like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be. Why he wasn't making him bow down when I was in jail? That's what I mean. That's wrong. Right. See, now that's wrong. And I'm not going to let that happen, because then that would make me obsolete. If I let him come back and you can't have this. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. And De La Soul and all these niggas, I won't let them do that. Like Melly Mel and them true pioneers. They diss me. If they diss me, I would have dissed them. But they came to the studio. Every time I see them niggas, I bow down respectfully. Not bow down to them as men or as performers, but as elders. Like, that's like if you see any old mob nigga coming. You know what I mean? Get that nigga a table before you give me a table. Let him in before you let me in. Because I do know I'm the Don there. But I know if I'm not the Don, I want that respect, because to be the Don at one point means you had to have something. And for him to write the message and all that shit, it did inspire me, and it did do something for me. He got a pass. Unless he crossed me. And he hasn't. So we trying to get him a deal. He about to get a deal just using my name. And I got free and got rich just using his name and using his records. I did the same thing to Nas, homie. I swear to God, I seen this nigga Nas at the House of Blues. I caught him out of pocket and everything. I was deep with my niggas. I know he didn't have no guns. We could have rushed him right there. I was like, what's up, yo? I said, yo, this East Coast, West Coast shit, it's not about you. Don't get caught up in it. I swear to God, we love you. We got love for you. And I saw Wu-Tang, I saw Method Man, and like a couple months earlier, one of their niggas had got, he was in our club, 662, and somebody snatched his chain, you know, put hands on him. We got the chain back and found the niggas that did it. That's love. And I went to Method Man like, yo, we handled that. Me and shit want to talk to you. That was never our orders. No, that wasn't supposed to go down. We got the niggas that did it. We got the shit. Whenever. That's just me. You know what I mean? That's how we are. This nigga Nas went back home and started talking that fake thug and dropping little Jews and his shit. And that's wrong. Because you should have said that to me when I was right there. He knew his album said all this shit.
That's the shit that Snoop Dogg was talking about, and he says, oh, you got a pass. He says, nah, you know, you were lucky, Tupac, or whatever the fucking short it was. Now I get why yourselves get so annoyed by that Snoop Dogg comment, because hearing Tupac's side of it, that side I believe more. How he dealt with it, because he never lost track as he was talking. He wasn't thinking as he was talking. He was just reminiscing of what happened, you know, with the Method Man, Wu-Tang. These are massive names where he's showing respect to these people. And then he's saying to Nas, listen, you know, we're face to face now. It's not about that. It's about the bringing East and West Coast together. Nas giving it the big one, and then Nas fucks off and then becomes two-faced. And he's saying that you can't do that. Why didn't you give me that two-faced shit to my face? Not two-faced, to my fucking face. And that's where I can hear Puck's frustration.
And the nigga was like, don't do that. That means you're a punk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I won't hug a nigga I don't like. That's why I'm telling you now, when I see Biggie, it's not going to be like we're going to attack him every time. I might be in a good mood, and I might not want to be going. This shit is so minor. This is not about me and Biggie. Everybody keep talking about it. Y'all making this nigga bigger than he is. Do you hear me fucking talking about this? This is a major plan, a major strategy. That was the impetus or the starter or the generator that kicked it off. They happen to be the regime before me. Just like Republicans hate Carter or whatever. Now the Republicans is like, we can't wait for Bush to come back. You know, just like now I'm in power. Everybody that love Biggie, they all like, I can't wait for Biggie to come back, or somebody like that, or Nas. That's why they root for them. They rooting for they people. And when I was gone, that's why all my niggas was like, we can't wait for them to come, and that's why they rushed the polls. They wanted a new regime. And my regime includes the East Coast. It includes the West Coast. It brings money. It's economics. You know what I mean? I study this shit. Yeah, I'm bringing money to New York by signing groups, by Death Row East. That's bringing money, economics, that's sales.
Death Row East.
I'm bringing the bridge through this motherfucker. I want to start an athletic team where all the rappers sponsor a team.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm bringing the community involved, giving money back to the community. We got Mother's Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas so far. Death Row, we've been doing that. We're gonna do it every year. Clothing, feeding, come on, that's the welfare right there. We are the best choice for this fucking, to the millennium.
That's some ill shit, man. I'm telling you.
And I'm the only one in it like that. This nigga Biggie still talking about fucking Godfather. That's why I said to Nas when I dissed him in my record, you watch too many fucking movies. No, who's gonna fucking follow you? These niggas talking about Al Pacino. They getting their Italians mixed up. They like Al Pacino, Luciano. That show you what type of niggas you dealing with. Only thing they like is the sound of an Italian nigga's name. The Italians I speak about, we're really truly great men. And I find any great man, black or white, I'm gonna study him, learn it, so he can't be great to me no more. Like Machiavelli. And that's why I don't say my name's not.
I'm gonna study him. Study great men until they're no longer great to me no more. Something like that. Basically, study them until I've exhausted and mastered everything about them so they're no longer great anymore. Fuck. I gotta hear how he said that.
Taggers I speak about, we're really truly great men. And I find any great man, black or white, I'm gonna study him, learn it, so he can't be great to me no more.
Find any great man, study him, and so they can't be great to me no more. That message doesn't exist in current.
And like Machiavelli. And that's why I don't say my name's not Machiavelli. My name is Machiavelli. I took it. That's mine. He gave me that. You know what I mean? I took that. Just like, and I don't feel no guilt. That motherfucker, all these motherfuckers stole from us forever. I'm taking back what's mine. It's just that they recorded it when he said it. It's probably something he took from us that they didn't let us record. So there's no shame. You know what I mean?
Like Otis Redding,
yeah.
The Rolling Stones.
No doubt. And I feel like I'm not on like people bashing like they like on some, why is niggas into this Italian mall shit? It's not about Italians to me, but I'm about studying people. I study the CIA, America. I hate America as for what we did, but I love us for being strong. You gotta do that. So what? We don't got a good image. We the strongest motherfucking nation. That's me. That's me right fucking there. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if y'all don't like me. I got the bombs. Can't nobody touch me. Won't nobody rush me. Something we doing right. That's that capitalism shit. Because you can feed your kids with that thought. All that other shit, you can't feed your kids with that. You can't feed your kids, you can't have a nation. So that's what's more important now, to me, is to take the discipline, the seriousness, and the bond that the mob has, to take the enthusiasm, the morals, the principles that the Black Panthers had, and the strength that the Black Panthers had, to take the camaraderie and go all out, we'll die for you. All of us as a team that the police have, to take the nation is first attitude, whatever we got to do to be number one, that United States take, and that's what makes me unstoppable. And take that nigga attitude that makes me look at all of that shit, study and learn it, take the young African American to have the talent to exhibit it, you know what I mean? And take the businessman, take the president, to take the philosopher to be able to break it down into an actual philosophy. And that's what Killuminati is. But it's up to you to bring it to the people, or else we're gonna have an East Coast, West Coast war, because I'm not bowing down. I'm not gonna say, you know, everything I did was righteous by the rules of war. You know what I mean? And they gotta recognize that. But
it's like fucking Caesar stuff here, man. This is him saying that, listen, I will bring everything together. Death Row East, Death Row, or it's just Death Row, isn't it? Death Row and Death Row East. I will bring people together. As long as you're listening and you're playing ball, then I'm going to respect you and I'm going to learn from you and I'm going to, you know, continue that going. But just be warned, fuck with me and I will destroy you because I've mastered you. It's almost like work with me or be against me. The choice is yours, but if you're going to be against me, you're up against this dude here that has mastered the art of hip-hop, but mastered the art of war.
It's really like right now, it's not New York, because New York got love. It's the writers, the radio people are using this as some way. They don't know what to talk about, right? So that's what it's, and it's just like you sat down and thought about that nigga them shit. You can sit down and think how you can make people see it as clear as it is. Just like we on the same level. You look at things and then you figure out how it's like a big plan to it. You know, it got to be a big plan if this shit is happening. Like you were saying about me and Biggie being like politicians. That's how I looked at it. Like, wait a minute, this shit is. I look at the rap game like how it is. Like every couple months, a whole new it's a whole new genre. Yeah. They'll say like they got a whole bunch of writers talking about gangster rap is dead. Those are the ones that don't like gangster rap. That's like the writers that don't like Republicans. So they do that thing. They spin. You know what I mean? And then there's other ones that are like Tupac dropped the best. You know, those are the ones that love it. Those are the radio people that love it. You know what I mean? And our job basically is not to, I don't want to see them dead, because by the other side being who the other side is, that makes me the best man. You know what I thought when I was in jail, what fucked me up, what turned me like this, is I was like, no politicians is even getting at us. Even though I represent 5 million fucking sales. And no politicians is even checking for it. They're not even sending us nothing, trying to make us, they're not even thinking of it. And in business, you know, if you want to fuck with somebody, you know, each other, they're not even looking at us like that. That means we ain't a threat. But by the next election, I promise, by the next election, I promise, I'm going to be sitting across from all the candidates. I bet you. You know how I'll be making it? I promise you. I'm not even gonna be. I'm gonna be so far from where I am now in 4 years. God willing, I'm alive. It's on. I guarantee you, we will have our own political party, and it won't be just for black people. It's gonna be for Mexicans. It's gonna be for Mexicans. It's gonna be for black people. It's gonna be for Armenians. I don't give a fuck. All you lost tribe motherfuckers right now. We need to have our own political party because we all have.
He said in 4 years I'll be on that table. He said at this moment I'm not a threat. At this moment, I'm not a threat, but watch me. Watch me be that political movement.
Same motherfucking problem. We built this nation and we get none of the benefits. I already had famous record hits. I'm in this shit for the honor and the respect. That's why this shit feels so good. Yeah, it's for the balance, but to be a family, to be known as something, to get this dark cloud off of us as a race. I want to just some kind of sunshine, some kind of exceptional deed, so we can all stop sucking Malcolm X and Michael Jordan dick. You know what I mean? Like we don't never have to be shit because we got Jordan and Malcolm X. I'm not with that.
Fuck, that just ended fucking rapidly. That's going to have to be something that I play. I normally play these interviews while I'm working, or if I'm designing at home, or sometimes if I'm writing as well, I'll have these interviews playing. So that's something I'm going to have to dig in, because there's so much there for me to try and deal with. That's probably the quietest I've been ever on an interview, because the interview wasn't saying anything, so I wasn't getting frustrated by them. They didn't have a racist interview, which makes it better. Interviewer, sorry. What you had was 34 minutes of pure Puck genius. But now I get why he was more of a threat than he perceived himself not to be. Because by listening to that, if I was an enemy, which I'm not, but if I was an enemy of Puck, seeing it, I see people from behavior side. So I studied conflict. I studied conflict for, I still am, but I studied it heavy for 4.5, almost 5 years. Really digging deep into what makes conflict, where it comes from, and how it relates, because it's conflict of the mind. So what that needed me to do was to sit into the area of people that are at war and try and understand that, whether it's one-to-one, whether it's nations, whether it's racist, whether it's psychology, where we're studying serial killers and people that would go that next level into conflict. So obviously when I was listening to Tupac, what I was trying to engage in is being on the reflective side of someone like Biggie, but more importantly, again, Cream Puff, you know, where Diddy's listening to stuff like this, or whoever influences Diddy. I think there's another person in that. I think there's someone better than him that puppets him a lot and uses it. But in that moment, he thinks he's the big I am. hearing this, and if you have any business mind, and then realizing that, fuck, we will no longer exist. He's keeping the good ones. He said Method Man, the Wu-Tangs of this world. He even said KRS, didn't he? He was saying massive names that, yeah, you can follow me and you can be a part of this and you can be a part of that movement. So it's massive. But those ones that in no way like Biggie, because Biggie had said so many bad things, he said in interviews he can't go back on it anymore because now he looks pathetic. It's like the Amber Heard situation. She looks worse and worse every interview that she does because she doesn't want to go back. She can't. It would be a mockery of life. It would take years to rebuild that confidence in someone again if they do that. And Diddy and Biggie will know that. That's why it's so hard for me to be reading these comments of, oh, it was just Tupac in the wrong place, wrong time, just being his mouthy self. That's the reason, that's the reason, that's the reason, that's the reason. Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't. That may have been in that moment. It may have been in that moment, but there was many influencing factors. There was many weaker minds being turned to come at Tupac in any way, shape or form. To constantly make his life a misery, that makes it easier for him to become a target. Man, I've really got to sit on this one. Brainiacs, if you made it this far, okay? Now that was a fucking Tupac journey. Comment section the love. Tell me how you feel about this for his birthday and his celebration of Tupac's life. I fucking loved it. I loved it. Enjoy. Go back, watch him again. Go back, watch him again. Show some love and everything else in between because I fucking love the ground that all of you walk on. Whew. But I am fucked, okay? It has been a hell of a day.